Hello, my name is Teresa. I am the owner of a small business called Seasons Best by Risa. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. Okay guys, so in this video, I am having another really quick sit down talk with you guys. So I'm gonna try to make this intro as short as possible. As the title states, today I will be doing my 1 year as a small business owner recap. So I started my small business in October of 2023, and I know you guys, it's December now. However, I really wasn't even planning on doing the recap, but I sat down and I thought about it and I figured, why not let you guys know the mistakes that I made during my first year and the wins or my accomplishments I achieved during my first year, so that if you are thinking about starting your own small business, you guys will know what not to do and also what to do, I guess. Or you guys could just look at some of the mistakes I made along the way. Okay, so if you guys are not new here, you guys will know that every sit down video that I do, I always say I'm gonna try to make it short, and it ends up being like 30-35 minutes. This time I'm really gonna try to make this video very short, maybe about 15 minutes. I think let's aim for that. But I have like my list right here on my phone of all my mistakes that I made during the first year. Well, not all of them, but like the major ones. And then also my accomplishments or my wins during my first year. So you guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so the first and the biggest mistake that I made in my small business, and this, I literally made this mistake from the jump, and that, you guys, is selling copyrighted images or designs. That was my biggest and worst mistake, and it's like the most embarrassing mistake of my business. If you guys go all the way back to my very first few videos, when I started on YouTube, I was selling copyrighted Christmas designs of, I think, like the Grinch. I think that's what it was. And within my first month, I learned very quickly not to do that. Now, I am so happy, like I literally picked that up and dropped copyrighted designs, because that could have ended up really badly for me. Now, I won't say that I didn't know not to use copyrighted designs. I knew, I just thought, or I was thinking about, well, other people are doing it, so why can't I do it? Honestly, you guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth the worry. It's not worth the possible issues that you could get into and your business could get into. I do my very best to stay away from them. If I do ever have a design that's copyrighted, it's because I really didn't know. And even then, that's not an excuse. We can all check it out. I think there's a site called uspto.gov where you can check out copyrighted designs. So that was my biggest mistake ever in my small business and my most embarrassing mistakes. And I'm so happy that I was scared straight and scared out of doing that, like I think within my first month or like my second month in business. So you guys, my second mistake that I made during my first year of business was not having a clear plan or a clear vision for my small business. So right now I sell mostly, I think, 100%. Like I sell faith-based items. I think I have like 2 or 3 sticker designs that are just for like the season, but for the most part, all of my designs are faith-based. My business is faith-based. However, I just told you guys that when I started off, I was selling the Grinch like sweatshirts. So when I first started off, I had no idea what I wanted to do for my business. I just knew I wanted to start a business. I knew I wanted a backup plan, and I did not sit down to plan out what I wanted for my business, short term or long term. I just decided to start a business, and as great as that is, I tell everyone to start, just start. That's really great. However, I feel like I would have been so much further along in my business had I started off as a faith-based business, or had I started off with a plan and knowing where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. And yeah, so that was my second mistake that I made during my first year. And you guys, that is actually leading me into my third mistake. The third mistake that I made during my small business is doing everything or trying to create every product that I saw or that I thought was interesting or that I thought would sell really well. Y'all, I've tried a lot of products, I've tested out a lot of things, and I feel like Honestly, a lot of those products that I tested them out because I saw that they were selling for other people, or I saw that, you know, it was popular, or I saw that it was easy to make, and I didn't really sit down and think about, you know, do I want to do this? Is this something that I could see myself making or selling or promoting long term? I really didn't sit down and think about that. I was just doing any and everything, and as a result of that, I literally still have product that I'm sitting on, product that didn't sell. I didn't do any research into the market, because I think when I decided to be a faith-based business, I knew I wanted to be faith-based, but I didn't do any research into what kind of faith-based products were customers wanting or what products were selling. I was just looking at the overall picture of what everyone else was doing or what everyone else was selling and making a lot of money off of. Y'all, again, oh my god, the next mistake that I found myself making, y'all, markets. You guys, oh my gosh, markets. I did not do enough research on markets. Like, I did a lot of research, but I did not do the necessary research on markets. I feel like I literally saw all the YouTubers that I followed, you know, doing markets. Oh, it's market season, yay. And I was like, wait, market season? And at that time, my sales were low. You know, I wasn't selling all the sweatshirts. And I was just like, I just need to do something. And I decided to do markets, and then I found it hard to find markets. So then I was like, well, I'm just gonna do any market I could find. And if y'all go back and watch my videos, y'all will see how that ended up for me. You guys, I did not do very well at markets, and that's because, and I don't regret doing markets at all, but I regret not planning well enough. I regret not sitting down and finding markets that would work for my niche, you know, faith-based markets or faith-based events, or just events that more so aligned with what I was selling. I feel like I spent a lot of money, my money, and a lot of time and energy, and I saw very little payoff, and I feel like that could have all been avoided had I not been in such a rush to, you know, do what everyone else was doing or try to make some quick money. I definitely feel like, I don't know, I feel like I put myself in that position by not doing the necessary research. So I ended up like not having a good experience with markets. And if you guys notice, I haven't done one in a while. I just haven't been in the mind or headspace to do a market because of the initial experience that I had, and that was completely my fault because I just didn't do my research. Now, you guys, the fifth and final mistake that I found that I made during my first year as a small business owner was not choosing the correct platforms to focus on. Now, I know, I feel like I've told you guys before to try as many platforms as you possibly can. Honestly, you guys, I don't regret saying that. I definitely feel like when you're starting off in a small business and you're starting off on social media, it's good to test out as many different social media platforms as you can to see what you like, to see where you will do well, to see if that platform aligns with your personality, because, you know, TikTok has a different vibe than Instagram has a different vibe than Facebook. Try to find that platform that you are comfortable posting on and that your content does well on. So I definitely don't regret saying that you guys should test out, you know, different platforms to see what works. However, you guys, I feel like after a point, it can get to be a lot managing so many different platforms. It could get to be like really stressful. So looking back, I really don't regret testing out all the different platforms that I did. However, I do regret not, like, once I saw the platforms that were working for me and once I realized the platforms that gave me the most growth, I really regret not like sitting down and focusing on those platforms. I was still trying to do all the different platforms. I think I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Lemon, I'm on TikTok. What's that? And I'm on YouTube. 6 different platforms that you have to manage and post consistently. That is too much. I definitely feel like 2 to 3 is perfect. 2 is great. If you want to push it to 3, yeah. I definitely regret not like sitting down and just like honing in and focusing on just a couple different platforms, because I don't do that well on TikTok, and Lemon is okay, but I don't get any sales from lemon. Honestly, I should have just focused on Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. If anything, I really don't even get a lot of views on Facebook. So while I still stand by, when you're starting off, test out all these different platforms to see what works for you. But once you figure that out, don't like spread yourself too thin. Like, focus in on the ones of the platforms that are bringing you in the most customers, or the platforms that you're seeing the most growth on. But yeah, you guys, as y'all could see, there was like a running theme to my like mistakes in my first year, and it's all centered around not planning. All of it except the copyright issue, but all my other like major mistakes were centered around not planning. I am the type of person who I just want to start. I feel like you won't finish until you start. So I'm always like start, but I don't really plan well. And I feel like a lot of the mistakes that I encountered in my first year, I could have definitely avoided had I sat down and took a month or two to properly plan out my business. Okay, you guys, I feel like I am taking up too much time and I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So let's move on to the wins that I had during my first year. You guys, I am so proud of the growth that my business has seen and that my social media has seen during my first year. And when I say growth, I mean like you guys, like my followers on YouTube, the community that I've been able to build. And I also mean like my business. Like, y'all, do y'all see where I'm at right now? I have like my own little room for my small business. Granted, I do share it with my office as well. But I started off on my kitchen table, my dining room table, a year ago, a little over a year ago. So I have so many products now, and I have like 80 products on my Etsy site. Yeah, on my Etsy shop. So I'm just super grateful and just super thankful about the growth that I have seen, the community that I've built, and that's definitely like the biggest win that I can say that I've seen my first year in business. Now, you guys, my second win of my first year as a small business owner is literally, guys, I gained so much skills, or so many skills, whatever you want to say. My first year in business, y'all, I literally learned so much. I learned how to make t-shirts. I learned how to sew. I learned how to do embroidery. I learned how to make stickers. You guys, even just managing my social media account, editing my videos for YouTube. These are skills that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And I would have never thought to try these, to try to sew, to try to use an embroidery machine, to edit a video, if it was not for my small business. So I am super grateful and super blessed. And I feel like even if, knock on wood, even if this, small business thing, it doesn't work out for me, I'm so grateful to have, or to be able to walk away from the business with so much more skills than I came in with. So that's definitely another really big win for me. Now, you guys, moving on to win number 3. Win number 3, guys, I was able to find a niche or a brand for my business. I literally started my business with no idea what I was gonna do. I just started, with faith and hope and like prayer, and I literally have a full-blown brand. I'm just so excited when I look at like my timeline for Instagram, when I look at my products, when I look at the message, when I look at how I am able to share the word of God and inspire others. And the fact that I started, or I found my niche based on what God did for me, it's just amazing how it all just works out. And I don't know, I'm just in shock and I'm just in awe, and I'm so happy with the niche that I've chosen. I'm so happy with what the messages that I'm able to put out to other people. So many people have purchased my items, and I'm just so happy to know that I'm selling items that are inspiring and that others find to be a blessing. And I am just so happy that I found this niche, and I'm so happy because when I don't know if you guys remember, but anyone that's been here from the beginning, I had this conversation with you guys because I didn't know if I really wanted to be a faith-based business. I was struggling with the idea, and eventually I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to change out all of my items to faith-based, and I'm so happy with that decision. I could not be any happier. And you guys, another win, it's not as big as the rest, but it's definitely worth mentioning that I was able to earn my star seller badge on Etsy. I'm a star seller, yay! And you guys, I'm super happy about that because that's an accomplishment for me. It means I ship my items out on time. It means I provide good customer service. And it just feels good to have that little star there so that others can know that, you know, they could trust me and that they're gonna get their products. And it just feels good to know that I earned that in my first few months being on Etsy, or my first year having a small business. And I definitely thought that was worthy to be mentioned. So my next win is, y'all, this year I got my first few wholesale orders. I haven't gotten any in a while, but I'm just so happy because getting wholesale orders, like, I never thought that that was something that I'll be able to do. Again, when I started my business, I had no idea what I wanted for it, but like selling wholesale, like, that is crazy to me, and that's such a huge accomplishment. And again, I feel like it definitely needs to be on the list of wins. And I do have 2 more wins this year, and I'm looking down on my phone, but I have 1 more on my list, but I just remembered 1 more. So the next win that I had in my first year as a small business owner was, you guys, I have been able to get my products manufactured. Now, I don't know if anyone else would consider that a win, but I consider that a win because, again, who would have thought that I would, you know, have the opportunity to be able to reach out to manufacturers in China to have products that are in my head manufactured and made and sold. And I sold my first ever manufactured, you know, necklace. It's just, you guys, I don't know, it just feels super surreal to me sometimes, and you really just have to take the time to sit down and look back and reflect on everything that you've accomplished, no matter how small it is. Because again, it's never something that I would have ever thought that I would be doing. And I'm super excited and I'm so happy. I feel like that's like a huge milestone for me, at least. I feel like I'm a pro now at, you know, getting my items manufactured. No, let me stop. No, but I'm really grateful and I'm really happy for the experience. And it's something crazy to have an idea in your head and then to see it come to life, especially if it's something that you know, probably weren't able to create yourself. And yeah, I'm just super happy. I can't wait for you guys to see what's next to come and to see all the new items that I have. So yeah. And the last win, I literally just thought of this. It was not on my list, but again, in the spirit of doing a recap and reflecting, y'all, you girl cannot draw. I'm not a drawtist. I'm not an artist. That's not me. And I'm always saying that to you guys. And this year I put out like my own designs that I created, that I drew on my little Procreate. And that is just so awesome and just mind blowing because your girl can't draw. And I'm still not an artist. I'm still not like a drawtist. I don't want to call myself that because artists, I don't know, the work that they're able to do, it's truly like something that's really out of my reach. But the little designs that I've been able to create, it's never been something that I've ever been able to do. So I'm glad that I was able to push myself this year and create designs that I could say are mine and that I didn't get it from anywhere else but in my brain. So for me, that was a super amazing win for me and my small business. Okay guys, that is literally it for the video. I feel like it's not gonna be 15 minutes, you guys. I feel like it's gonna be closer to 40, but I did try. There's so much more that I wanted to say and I just didn't say it, but I gave you guys like the highlights of my first year in business. It's been such an amazing ride and I'm just so happy and so excited to see what's next and what's to come for my small business. And I hope that it could just grow to be so much more than what it is right now. And I hope that you guys will stay on this journey with me and continue to support me, continue to be there with me along the way. So you guys, that is all that I have for this video. I will talk to you guys in the next one, I guess. Yeah, you guys, I love you guys. I will see y'all later. Bye. Peace out. Besties, how could I forget? y'all, do not forget to like this video, okay? Leave a comment, a nice comment down in the comments below. And if you're not already subscribed, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, okay? All right, bye.